One.
Hey everybody, welcome to the MakeCode Arcade live stream. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forums.
Cool. And since there's only two of us today, even though it's not Friday, I thought we would try something kind of hopefully fun, experimental. And if it doesn't work, then we will, adjust or not do it again.
Something fun, not on a Friday. I don't know if I can handle that.
I mean, rules of the universe. So Richard, you're familiar with the game Mad-libs.
Let me think about it. Yes, I am.
Cool. Do you want to describe the game?
Yeah. So Mad-libs is a game that is probably trademarked, where are given a list of things to fill in. So, for example, a noun, a verb, an adjective, and you get to choose random words to put into those blanks. So you'll just list out all of these things, and then the context will be revealed, and you will get a story that uses your randomly chosen words, ideas, nouns, verbs. And it ends up just being a really funny thing to read through. I think most people have probably done them at some point.
Cool. Okay, so we're going to try this with a game. I have the idea for a game structure, and I'm going to ask Richard first to give me 3 words and then to give me 3 sprites. Maybe give me the words first and then an adjective.
Okay.
A season and a superpower or an element.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think of the season. Unfortunately, Halloween just passed. For the adjective. But yeah. I think I'm still going to go spooky for the adjective. Okay.
Cool.
For season, I'm going to go with autumn. Obviously follows.
Yes.
And for superpower / element, it's going to be an ice laser.
Thanks, Richard.
Freezing laser.
Sorry.
So, yeah, freezing laser. I don't know. All right, we have 2 comments in the chat. One of them is from Vivian. She says, "It looks so good." Ghost emoji, I think, or maybe shocked emoji. I don't really know what these emojis are. And then Unsigned Arduino is asking why it's only Shannon and Richard today. Everybody else was busy, so just us. Sorry.
Yeah, skeleton crew. Okay, so then Richard, I need a sprite that is a noun. This is plural, so draw 1 sprite, but there will be many of them on screen. And then another sprite that is a noun but has an adjective. So it has to be, adjectival in some way. And adjective. I think you should, sorry?
Adjective in some way.
I think you should decide now what these 3 are going to be. Don't tell me, but you should decide, because I'm also going to be describing what I'm coding, and I think you will be able to quickly piece together the not very complex game that we're doing.
All right. And what size do you want these to be?
16 by 16 all. The plural one can be smaller if you want it to be, but 16 by 16 max. Okay, cool. So the game itself, I think I'm going to keep fairly simple just to I don't know, we're testing out this concept. I don't want to get too involved. But I'm going to start by making some placeholder sprites. So this is going to be, I'm going to label these guys. This is noun 1. And this one will be noun 3. All right. So the reason I asked Richard for these 3 are because these are going to determine some of the setting elements of the game. So he gave me these random words, and I'm going to try and incorporate them into the setting as I make it. So noun 1 is going to be a pink box. Noun 2 is going to be a teal box. And noun 3 is going to be orange. Great. I think, I don't know, it's probably obvious. One of these is going to be our player. So I'm going to do our standard move the player sprite with buttons. And do I want to do my tile map? I think no. Yeah, let's keep this straightforward. So I am going to do a background image that's going to be, you know, autumn, and we'll just see how this goes with the rest of the stuff we're doing. So I'm just going to very quickly lay in some, you know, autumn-looking elements.
It is always amazing to me how quickly you draw things that look very nice.
Thanks. To be fair, hills and trees are like my very much my comfort zone. Right. So here's some tree business. You know, I don't know. Great. And then I'm also going to do a background color. I know like autumn is, you know, classically orange and red, but like the orange and red and yellow are like kind of bright, and I feel like that's a little distracting in a background. So I'm going with the purples, which are like, you know, sort of autumnal. They fit our spooky theme anyway.
They do indeed. Unsigned Arduino echoed my comments, to which I can only say, yeah, no, she makes us all look bad.
Okay, everyone says this, but Richard and Vivian are also like incredible at pixel art. So, okay. So I'm going to start by making this freeze ray, which is going to be a thing that our, you know, protagonist character controls. And do we want gravity? Yes, I think so. So first I'm going to have the acceleration. So AY is going to be, you know, negative number, and this is going to send our, whoops, not negative, positive. Player shooting off screen. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this set my sprite flag and set stay in screen to be on. So we have this background image. This is our, you know, this is our world right now. So here's our player. I'm going to turn off the Y controls, so I won't be able to use the up arrows to move. Instead, I'm going to drag out this on A button pressed and do a little jump. And we often calculate our jumps mathematically, which is super, super useful if you're using a tile map, and also kind of just in general. But I think for the purposes of this stream, I'm just going to go quick and dirty. So I'm just going to put a number in here, and we'll see how it goes. So to do a jump, I'm going to say when you press the A button, I'm going to set the velocity, which will go up, and then the acceleration, gravity, will slowly bring me back down. That was a lot of jump. So I'm going to make gravity bigger and our jump a little bit smaller. Cool. Feels pretty good. A lot of gravity. Great. This feels good to me. And then I'm going to say, how do I want to do this freeze ray? I think it's going to be just a beam, and you're going to be able to shoot up, down, left, or right, depending on which way you're facing. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these, so we have this like plural noun. I'm going to, I think, so Richard has decided. So those are going to be things that we're protecting. And so they're going to be somewhere on the screen. But no changing anything based on this narration, Richard.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I wasn't planning on it. You're getting what you're gonna get.
Which was 2? 2 was teal. All right. So we're gonna do these, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like put a little group of them down here. So making, you know, this can be random. And I say my favorite block is this change color one in the image, just because I feel like anytime we use that block, it's you know, it's a cool game. But I also do love the pick random block. Anytime
True.
you have a chance.
That's just like a always useful one, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Like I feel like it makes its way into more of our games than the other one.
Mm-hmm. And Y, so our screen is 120. So if I want to be like near the bottom of the screen, that is too high up. Cool. And then random, I'm going to do a little bit of math. So I want them like scattered. And so to do that, I'm just going to do a number, which is, you know, what we had before, 80 plus, and then this is just going to be like a little random offset. Cool. I think I might actually do the same thing for the Y, but with less.
Oh shoot, the colors I picked I realize now are conflicting with your background colors.
I can change the background colors.
Yeah. Could you change the sky color?
Yep. What would be good? This tan?
Yeah.
Or, let me see. Yeah, tan looks good. That's still autumny.
Yeah, I think so. All
right. So here we have our little group of, you know, things. We can jump over them. And A is jump, so B button is going to be laser. And let's just do a laser in a direction. Let's see. So I could make a projectile sprite, and we could just do like a lot of those very fast for a laser. Or I could make one very big sprite. What do you think?
I think I always like when we do the projectile, like a ton of small projectiles.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It does have some performance implications for like hardware, but I think it's worth it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So making a lot of sprites is dangerous. It'll make your game, you know, it'll make it hard for the hardware to handle your game. And also, if you make too many, it'll slow down, you know, here as well. But projectiles are slightly better because they destroy when they hit a wall or go off screen. So
yeah. You can also do some things like you can create a bunch of them so that they all appear at the same time, but you only you make some that collide and some that don't, some that are just for show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, and this is, so it's gonna be blue. Blue with a white center. And I don't know. Let's try this. What if I made the edges like a dark? All right, so I'm just gonna send a bunch of these from our player. And I'm using the B button repeat. So as I hold down the button, it's gonna keep calling this event. And we're just gonna go off into the right direction right now.
I really should have used this opportunity to pick things that I'm good at drawing. But I did not do that. So.
I'm so excited to see them. I do not think this dark blue outline looks good. So I'm going to erase it and then do, I don't know, just like a little bit of like a rounded edge for our laser. Cool. Let's see. Okay, those white dots also do not look good.
I'll consider this a win if when I paste this, you are able to tell what the sprite is.
Laser, like this. Yeah. Okay, so the problem with this B button repeat is that there's a little bit of a delay before the first repeat event happens, right? So you can see I'm tapping this beep and nothing's coming out. I have to hold it and wait, I think half a second. So to change that wait time, I'm going to add an extension. So if I go down to Advanced, click Extensions, we have the controller extension here. And that adds some blocks to our controller category. In extras, no. Here, under single player, there's set button, delay, repeat. So I'm going to set the delay to 0, and I'm going to maybe decrease the repeat a little bit. I don't think I need it this high. I'm going to try and set it. So again, this is the problem. We don't want to create too many of these laser sprites. So I'm going to set it so that these projectiles are like just connected. This seems all right. I guess the other thing is I want them to be like, you know, it's a laser, so it should be like fast.
Sure, lasers are known for being fast. There's no way you'll be able to tell what this is. Some of my worst work, if I do say so myself.
Oh. No, that was too much. Cool. All right, so I made the sprite smaller, and then I need to bring this interval back down. Cool. I think this is close enough. I guess the other thing I could do is if I made the edges, so if I made this a perfect symmetrical sphere, and this is not really going to help with our problems wise. We have to make more now to make them connected. But if I do drop this interval, I think I want this. I think I want the front side of it to be connected. Yeah, that's not bad. I was hoping it would look a little bit more connected when you jumped, but this is all right. And then we also have this double jump or infinite jump behavior. So to very quickly get rid of that, I'm going to just do, you can only jump if you are currently touching the bottom of the screen. So if you set stay in screen to be on, the edges of the screen become walls. So I can do this if the player is hitting the wall to the bottom, then you can jump. Otherwise, you're already in the air, so we're not going to let you jump anymore. Oops. Oh, was it not? a wall.
Was not a wall?
If I do stay in screen.
Oh, no. You only get walls if you use tile maps.
Oops. All right. Never mind. In that case, I'm just going to check to see if I'm touching the bottom. So if the bottom of the player is equal to greater than or equal to and then I'm just going to do like a little bit of a buffer zone. So our screen is 120 pixels tall, so this will be 115. Greater than. Cool. There, I don't jump anymore. The other thing is I wanted to be able to shoot this laser in all directions. So it's going to shoot in the direction you're facing, and if you hold the up arrow while you're pressing B, you will shoot. So to do that, this is some code that so I'm going to do is facing left, which is a Richard convention, and we're going to start with that being false. Yes.
I didn't make it out to the Richard convention this year because of social distancing, but it's usually a pretty good time.
It's rough. Who's going to give the keynote?
I know.
And then controller. So I'm going to update this variable based on whether you've pressed the left or right button. So if you press the left button and you're not facing left, you definitely are now. So I'm going to set is facing left to be true. And just mirroring this code, if you press the right button and you were facing left, now you're facing right. So this will be false. Cool. So this code doesn't do anything that you can see on screen. It's just setting these variables. But inside this B button thing, we can now check if you're facing left. So I think, yeah, I'll just do this.
All right, I've turned around on this sprite, and I think I think you'll be able to get it.
Okay.
Hoping.
So if you're facing left, we want to be shooting left. It's the negative direction. Otherwise, we're going to be shooting this way. Let's see. Cool, perfect. So if I turn around, I'm going to do a little dot on this one so you can see what direction I'm facing. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the image in this facing left. So set the image of our player to, actually, I think I just need to flip. There we go. So in sprites, at the bottom, we have this, my sprite image, and we want to flip it horizontally. So if you change direction, we're just going to flip your image.
I'm going to make the plural one 17 by 17. Is that okay?
Okay, yes. I will adjust this to match.
I've backed myself into a corner a little bit with the art.
It's fine. We're kind of playing fast and loose with these mechanics also. So everything is adjustable. Cool. So now we have, you can go in either direction. Oh, perfect. All right, so our final noun is going to be the villain of this. It also needs to be spooky. We'll see. And I will make this villain character here. Oh, I guess new kind. And this will be enemy.
Yes, I now believe this to be one of my better works.
Oh man! All right. And I think I'm just gonna have the enemy. So the base structure of this game is you are noun one, and you're protecting this plural group of things, and the enemy is gonna try and like grab them. So I think what's gonna happen is when you hit the enemy with the laser, they will retreat and come back from a different direction. So from either top, down, left, or right. So very quickly, I'm also going to add this case for shooting upwards, which is going to be if you press the B button and you are also pressing the up button. Will this work, Richard? If I do an is up button pressed inside this on B repeat?
Yeah, that works fine.
Cool. So then you're shooting up. Cool. So our laser does not look super laser-like going up. Oh, well, that's fine because I can just change this image. We're doing different things for the different directions anyway. So up, and then this is left, so this should be right. All right. Let's see how this goes. And there's an upwards laser. Boom. Freezing. Oh no, okay. What should happen is you hit the enemy and the enemy freezes, of course. All right, so let's do some enemy movement. I think I'm going to add your story extension, Richard. So I think the behavior,
I'll allow it.
I think the behavior I want is the enemy will like sort of like move around vaguely in the sky, and then every X movements they're gonna like go in for. So I think they're gonna move around and they're going to be also bombarding you maybe. So you have to be dodging. And then every once in a while, they'll stop and try and grab one of your things. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to add an extension, Ricknoll Arcade-Story. And this is an extension written by Richard. And the thing I'm going to use, so this extension is super useful for a lot of things. It's useful for ordering events if you want to like tell a story and you want to say, this happens first, these characters do these things, and then this happens. It's good for that. It's really good for printing text on the screen nicely. And then there are these movement blocks over here, which is mostly what I'm going to use. And that's useful for just moving sprites around your screen to like different places. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an on-game update every. And then noun 3 is our enemy, and our enemy is just going to move to a different location every, let's say, 1 second. And I'm going to start with just like straight up a random. So the X is going to be the full width of the screen, 0 to 160, and well, maybe 10 to 150. I don't want the enemy to be like. And then the Y is also going to be 10 up here. And I don't want the enemy to come like too far down because that's where, the player and the stuff is. So our screen is 120. I'm going to say 90. All right. So let's take a quick look. You get some very small movements. It is random though. Yeah, I don't hate this. Cool. And so as the enemy's moving, I'm going to do a different game update because I want a different interval for this. The enemy is going to be dropping projectiles on you. Let's see. Should I just make up what these projectiles are, Richard? What is more in the spirit of Mad Libs? For you to give me the name of an object that would be a projectile, or for me to do something?
I think you can do something because I'm now that I know the game.
That's true. Yeah.
By the way, I'm ready with my sprites.
Oh, all of them?
Yep.
Okay. Let me do this projectile thing quick, and then we'll fill them in. But yeah, I want to do the projectile before I see the. So first, let me just we'll just see how this looks.
Well, I still need to paste them in the chat, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. This is great. This is maybe a little bit fast. So let's. Getting some sort of interesting. Oh, it's probably jumping because I'm not getting to my destination and I'm setting a new one. I'm going to increase this time a little bit. So maybe you'll get to a place and hang out there for a little bit. And then I'm also going to increase this so that there's just not that many projectiles. And I'm going to make the projectiles a little bit smaller. Oops. So we're shooting a freeze ray. So I think these are going to be fiery. Just going kind of elemental. I don't really know. 8 by. Cool. Yeah. All right. I don't hate that. So.
All right. They're all in chat now.
Okay. Cool. So here's what our enemy is dropping on us. Sure, that's fine. Let me also. Yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. So I'm going to paste in now these images. So we have 1, 2, 3. Are they in the order of the thing?
I labeled them. They say noun, plural noun, and adjective noun.
Perfect. Okay, so here is noun. This one's going to be our player. This is not.
Yeah, I think that's the, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good.
It's a bag of candy.
Yeah. I appreciate you adhering to this spooky autumnal theme. So we're a bag of candy. This is our plural now. It's 17 by 17. It's a red boot, cowboy boot.
It's a red cowboy boot.
Good. Yes. This looks really good, Richard. All right. And then this is our villain. Oh man.
It's a domesticated werewolf.
Perfect. This is incredible. I do feel like I should be using these sprites for better things. Oh man. Look at that werewolf go. So
what I want to know is why he's so upset at the red cowboy boots, which was the first thing I decided was going to be one of the sprites. Gotcha, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know why the bag of candy has a pile of cowboy boots, but it is what it is. Okay, I think I should make the ground a little bit darker, or oh, I'll just do let me see if this works.
Yeah, maybe move it, maybe a little bit more on the bottom left. Yeah.
Yeah. Build this up too. Okay. Oh yeah, perfect. All right. So here's our cowboy boot stash. Okay, so I need to do all of the different collisions. I think we have time. I don't think this is a very like complex game. So bad things happen when you collide, when the werewolf hits you with a fireball. When you hit the fireball, the werewolf will stop. It's a freeze ray, sorry, which will be good. And then every once in a while, the werewolf is gonna like try to go down to where the boots are, grab a boot, and I think go like maybe just like up. I think it has to make it off screen with the boot to like have successfully taken it.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So let's see. Let's do freezing first. So I'm going to need to change the kinds of some of these because the werewolf is dropping projectiles and we are also shooting projectiles. So I'm going to set the fireball. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to set the kind to fireball. Okay, cool. And then when the projectile, which is your freeze ray, overlaps enemy, I'm going to destroy our freeze ray sprite. And I'm going to, I'm going to set a variable that is set freeze time to this time right now, time since start. And then in here, is there a stop movement block? If I just set velocity 0, 0, will that work?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. We'll stop the projectiles and we'll the werewolf won't move to the next.
You could try calling move on a on the current location or.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let me try that. Move to, and then I'm just gonna. So cool. So I should rename these.
Unsigned Arduino points out that the fireballs and freeze rays should counteract each other in some way.
Ooh, yes, that is a very good point. Candy bag. All right. So I want the werewolf to move to the werewolf's X and Y. So just move to current location. And I'm also going to set the speed to like 1. And then I'm going to, in here, do a check to see if we're far enough away from our freeze time. Oh, and the other thing is I need to actually, I'll do that in both places. I don't want you to be able to like indefinitely freeze the werewolf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if the freeze time plus the like length of time that the werewolf is frozen for. So we're going to start with maybe like 2 seconds. Feels like it might be a lot. Is less than our current time since start. So that means more than 2 seconds have passed. So we unfreeze the werewolf. Same for these projectiles. And you will also only be able to refreeze the werewolf if it's been that long. So, but yeah, there won't be.
Well, it should probably be like plus 4,000.
Oh yeah. It's a.
Because otherwise, you can just freeze them forever.
Yeah. So we'll give a little bit more of a cooldown here. All right. And then I think the other thing I want to do is I want to do like a little like, I'm going to do a visual indicator of if the werewolf is frozen.
You could swap the color.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to change the color in the werewolf image. Let's just see how this looks.
I think that's right.
Oh no, what did I do?
You can't freeze for the first 4 seconds because of freeze time starts at 0.
What if I did dark blue?
You do white also. Oh, you can't do dark blue because then his blue jeans will go away when you change it.
You're right. Yeah. I could do white. Oh wait, but he also has white eyes. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, see, I thought I made him yellow.
Oh, you're right. I think they are yellow. Okay. And then here I'm just gonna like over generously unfreeze, I think. So when he unfreezes, we go back. All right, let's see this. Cool. Cool. Okay. I think there's something wrong with the, well.
I think the move to location thing like has a set to the position at the end if it's so if he's already moving and you freeze him, he's going to teleport to the end position.
That's fine. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I think that's okay. The problem is I think he's still doing projectiles. Well, yeah, while frozen. That might just be this change color.
Yeah, that only runs every 1500 milliseconds. You should probably put that top on game update at a shorter interval. Or just in a regular on game update.
The color one or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's just do that. All right. So this will at least ensure that the werewolf is always the right color. Okay. Cool. So here's freezing. Unfreezing. Cool. Perfect. And then the okay, I'm gonna do another counter, which is okay. So I'm gonna set move counter to move counter +1. So what I want to do is every like 4 moves, the werewolf is gonna like make a go for the boots. So I want to do move counter +1, and then I'm going to do like a remainder. So
just it really sympathize with the werewolf here because I think he would look good in those boots. And the candy bag cannot wear boots. Yeah,
but it's the candy bag's boots. Candy bag got him trick-or-treating, you know.
But imagine that werewolf in those boots.
Okay, so if the move counter equals 3, I think, then we're gonna do a boot. 3. Otherwise, the werewolf is gonna do regular move thing. And to do this, I'm just going to get a random boot. So new variable, random boot. Okay, and then if I go into arrays, I can get array of sprites of kind. Did I not rename the kind of the boots? They're protectables. Cool, good sprite kind names. And I'm going to get a value from it. So basically, I'm going to pick a random element from 0 to the length of the array -1. I should probably set this array to a variable. Boot array.
By the way, pick random from array is coming. It'll just be probably next month. Probably.
Yes. So, okay, the length of the array minus 1 get value at. And this is going to be boot array, and this is also going to be boot array. Cool. So we picked a random boot from this array. Then I'm going to have the werewolf move to the boot. So that's going to be the random boot X, random boot Y, and then when the werewolf overlaps with the boots, so there might be some like timing issues here. We'll see. Sprite of kind enemy overlaps sprite of kind protectable. We're going to have the boot follow the enemy. And we're just going to have the werewolf move like off screen. Move to, and I'm just going to do like a fixed location for now.
Yeah. Like 80 and then like negative 30 or something.
Yeah.
But you're going to go to the top left.
Sorry?
Oh, you reversed them. Never mind.
Wait, where did you geographically?
No, I was doing negative 80, negative 30, but you had reversed the 80, but now you're fixing it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we want the werewolf to go up, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, the boots are too close together. Maybe that's a feature. Okay.
The boots falling back down is very good.
Yes, that is accidental. We're gonna have to. I do like that. Yeah, I think if you hit the werewolf with a laser, maybe they'll drop. No. Okay. And the other thing is, I think if a boot is off screen, I want to destroy it. So
I know it doesn't make any sense gameplay wise, but I love seeing him catch those boots when they fall back down and taking them back up into the sky. So I think we probably need to set like a variable so that he doesn't try to like the move counter doesn't go up while he's moving boots.
Yeah, so that's the timing thing. I think that is problematic, but okay, so yeah, let's do this then. Grabbing boot. So if the werewolf is grabbing a boot, we're going to set grabbing boot to true. This is going to be interesting, I think. Oh.
It's good. Yeah, and then you can just wrap the rest of that overlaps inside of the grabbing, if grabbing boot, not grabbing boot, and then also wrap that in not grabbing boot, and then we clear it either when he gets hit or when it gets destroyed.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so if you're not grabbing a boot, and I think also we want if you're not grabbing a boot here, just to like, I don't know, make it a little nicer. No fireballs. Might damage the leather. Okay, so if you're not grabbing boot, then we do the time check and all of the movement stuff. Otherwise, oof.
You also want to do an if in there. Otherwise, it's going to keep grabbing all the boots.
Ah, yes, you're right. Okay. And then if the werewolf has successfully grabbed the boot, we're going to turn grabbing boot off. And then also, if you hit the werewolf with your freeze ray, let me just see how this goes. 1, 2, boot. Oh. Cool. I think think we're doing something weird with, I think the movements might be colliding. Goodness.
We can do the move twos on our own if we want. We can move a target sprite around and do a follow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That probably would be better. Just given that we're doing so much like parallelized movement. Okay, I don't think that would be too hard.
Yeah, I think you just make a function called werewolf move to with an X and a Y. Okay. And we should be able to swap it out pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna very quickly try to do this X, Y, done. And then I'm gonna here make an invisible target sprite. So this is also a thing you see us do fairly often, which is move target, set an invisible sprite that then like is the thing that being followed. So I'm gonna make this small. And then I'm gonna set the move target position to X and Y. And I'm gonna have werewolf follow. Werewolf. Okay.
Now we just need to swap it out all over the place.
Yes. Werewolf move to the boots location. Otherwise, werewolf move to wolf. This one. And this one. Yeah. I think that should still work, right? Because we'll just...
Yeah, that should still work fine.
Werewolf move to 80, -30. All right, let's take a quick look at this. Fireballs. Going in for a boot. And back. Awesome. That looks great.
Nice.
So the other thing I very quickly want to do is if we hit the werewolf with the freeze ray, projectile we destroy. So if you've frozen the werewolf is not grabbing the boot. Oh man.
For each boot, set follow to nothing.
Cool. Yeah, so the problem was we don't know exactly which boot the werewolf has stolen, so we're just gonna unfollow all of them.
Well, actually, it should still be in random boot, shouldn't it?
Oh, you're right. Let me see.
Just make sure you check that random boot exists.
Yes. Cool. So we have this variable, random boot, that we set. And since variables are global, I can also use it here, and it should be the right one. So the random boot will stop following the werewolf, and I think I'm going to set like a, if I set them to, no, I can't set them to stay in screen.
They have gravity, so it'll just fall down, right?
They don't have gravity on them right now. They're just sort of there.
But then how are they falling down before?
They were following him, I think.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them some gravity.
Yeah. Set. Boot.
And also prevent them from falling beyond the screen like we do with the...
Yeah. I think so instead of auto destroy, I'm going to do destroy on wall. That's no good. Okay, I'm going to do this when the werewolf grabs. So I'm going to set the boots A, Y, gravity to the same as ours. And then this other thing. So right now I'm saying when the boot goes off screen, it gets destroyed. But I need the boots to stay in the screen now because they have gravity. So stay in screen.
Yeah, and then you turn it.
Sorry?
Yeah, so you're turning it off when it grabs the boot, and then you turn it back on when the boot gets dropped.
Yep. So I'm gonna turn off stay in screen, and I'm gonna turn on. I guess I could just always have auto destroy on, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So auto destroy, I don't think that should do anything. And then, yeah, so once the boot is grabbed, the werewolf will be able to take it off screen. However, if you hit the boot, then we're turning stay in screen back on. Okay. So.
That's boot, not random boot.
Yep. You're right. Random boot. Yeah,
also, Unsigned Arduino points out that we should probably give the wolf a higher Z index than the boots.
Ooh, yes. Very, very good point. All right, so the Z index is inside this set block. And yeah, we want the werewolf Z to be pretty high. So I'm just gonna give it like 10.
Yeah, run the game again.
Oh no.
What happened there? Oh, I think the auto destroy. I think you do need to have the auto destroy turned off.
All right. Okay, so then once the werewolf has grabbed the boot, we're going to turn on auto destroy. And the boot is rescued, we will turn it back off. All right, now let's try this. Oops. Cool. Werewolf going for boot. Oh no! Oh, I think it just immediately hit the wall is the problem.
Yeah, so let's not use auto destroy, and maybe we'll just do an on-game update. And if the boot bottom is less than 0.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so the problem is we have auto destroy destroys. Does it destroy when the projectile hits the wall also? I guess.
Also, I think what's happening is that the frame is taking a little bit longer, and so it's going down. It's getting destroyed before the stay in screen stuff happens.
Yeah. All right, so we have this game update that's checking all the time. So we will just also check to see if the boot is above the screen. So I think I can also use random boot here. Yeah, because that's the one that's being grabbed. So if random boot exists, PQR, and oof, we are just about out of time.
Yeah.
And the bottom of random boot, bottom is less than 0. Cool. Yep, so that's above the screen. Then we will destroy the boot.
Yeah, so the reason it's happening, I think, is because it's just accelerating infinitely. And so when it gets picked up, it like shoots way down and gets auto-destroyed, and then it gets figured out.
Wait.
Whoa, what just happened?
All right, well, we will try and...
Oh, I know what's happening. Set the random boot velocity to be 0 when it gets picked up.
Oh, is it?
Oh, and the acceleration.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes, gravity. Okay, cool. Let me very quickly do this. So set grabbing boot to be true. Set other sprite is the boot. So we're going to set the AVY to be 0 and the AY to also be 0. All right.
And you just turn it back on when the boot gets dropped.
Yes.
We're almost done, folks. Thanks for sticking with us for this extra minute.
So, all right, AY to be, what is our 900. And I don't need it up here then. All right. Let's go. Come on. Cool.
There we go.
Perfect. And back. All right, cool. So I can freeze. And then if the werewolf grabs the boot, go, go, go. Oh, nope. All right. That's no good. This werewolf is very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Yeah, all right. So we got some debugging to do. But thank you
Yeah.
for tuning in today on the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream.
Yes. We will be back same time tomorrow. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Richard, and the fact that my hat's color matches this frame around me perfectly is a happy coincidence.